Hey Super Solars, I am Tank Simple, and I wanted to give you guys a little bit of insight about LGBT community. I have a LGBT couple here today, and I just wanted to give you guys some insight. And this is Lilly, and this is Henry, and they're a young couple, and I just wanted them to tell y'all just a little bit about their life and some of the things that they go through. So, Henry, tell us about yourself.
I go by Chi actually, and
Talk loud, Henry.
I go by Chi actually. I'm about 19. About, and yeah, I have like no real set gender but I do like, I'm bi is I guess the best word for this one, I think. Yeah.
What about you, Lilly?
Hey, I'm a trans girl. I'm like.
Talk loud, Lilly.
I'm a trans girl. I'm coming up on 21. Actually, I was about to say she is coming up on 20. We have birthdays in like 2 months.
Yeah.
And I am. This is actually a recent development. A lesbian, not into men, unlike I previously thought. Yeah.
So you're So how long have both of you guys known that you were gay?
Well,
middle school for me actually.
So I had a realization that I thought that I was into men when I was like 15, before I realized I was a girl. And I knew I was still into girls. And then like April of last year, I realized
Talk a
I was
little
a girl.
louder. You said April of last year.
Of last year, I realized I was a girl.
Okay, so where did you guys meet, and what was your connection?
Now see, this is where we have a disagreement, because like I thought that I first met her like during lunch, after I like felt her hands and they were like really soft. They're still soft.
Lunch
really
where?
nice.
At school?
Yeah,
at high school?
At school.
That's where y'all first met, at high school?
Yeah.
Yep.
She says that like she first met me on the bus, on the way from school.
Yeah, this was like the previous year, I think. Is I noticed you on the bus.
Yes, she saw the picture on my binder, and like she knew what it was from, and she was, yeah.
And that was the connection. What was the connection? What's so special?
The real connection actually happened like sometime near.
It was near the end of my senior year.
Yeah.
Wasn't it senior year, not junior year?
No, it was junior year.
It was junior year.
No, it was the end of your junior year and the end of my sophomore year.
Yeah. During the school spirit fair, they had a Super Smash Brothers tournament going on in the library.
I was commentating on it.
Yeah, she was commentating.
So that was the connection. So how do people look at y'all as a couple when they see y'all together?
I have no idea.
I really have zero idea. People, but from what I can gather, the way I gush over Lilly, like they really think it's adorable.
Yeah.
Okay, so when did y'all start having sex?
I don't think it did until sometime
my senior year, probably.
Summer after. I thought it was the summer of doing that.
Summer before that, I guess.
Like the summer after my junior year.
Yeah.
All right, we'll get to that later. So Henry, I want you to talk about what has been your whole experience being gay. Like, what has been some of your struggles being gay, you personally?
Well, because I'm a wild gay, I don't think people. That's a relationship. I'm the wild, you are the mild.
That's true.
So, because I'm a wild gay, people just like seem to like take everything I do in stride, I guess. I don't know. Every time I bring it up, nobody seems to like really comment on it. It's really interesting.
Okay, and so I would say Henry's he don't only has to deal with being gay and homophobia, but he also has to deal with some sort. I would call Henry a hero, because he has to deal with some sort of, I want to say, skin phobia because of because of his skin condition.
Yo.
So he also have to deal with, because I've been around Henry, and he also have to deal with people acting weird because of his skin.
That's
So-
most of the problems I go
But
through.
so Henry, I want you to talk about that. Explain exactly what your skin condition is, and tell us all about that.
Oh,
Chi, not Henry.
Henry,
Chi,
I'm
yes.
sorry.
Ichthyosis. It's a really rare skin disorder.
Say it again. Thiosis.
Ichthyosis.
Ichthyosis.
Ichthyosis. ICHTHYOS.
Uh-huh.
IS.
IS. Is it IS?
There's an IS at the end.
ISS.
Osis.
Now then.
Okay, and tell us about it.
ISIS. So, basically there's various different forms. For example, I read about this one where people are just like covered in these weird like plates.
Uh-huh.
I met this one family whose skin was totally fine except their palms were totally dried out.
Right.
Mine is just my skin's rate of regeneration is sped way the hell up, but like the rate of peeling, which everyone goes through, is sort of like really slowed all the fuck down.
Uh-huh.
So like it just sort of clashes like that.
Okay.
That's what like all this peeling is.
And see, this is Henry's skin, and there's nothing wrong with Henry. It's just skin, and yeah. So, and he deals with, talk about like some of the things you deal with people interacting with you.
Oh, you know, like
They don't understand.
it's
They
mostly
don't
just
get it.
isolation at this point, I think.
So, Lily, has Henry's skin ever been an issue for you?
No.
It's been an issue for me, but
It's been an issue for you. And so, Lily, what is your experience being gay? What's some of the things that you went through, that you have been through, and struggles, maybe relating to homophobia, things like that?
and transphobia.
Yeah, transphobia.
Yeah,
is
transphobia
most
too.
of
But
what
I wanted to
have
get to
dealt with.
transphobia. I want to get to transphobia a little later, but
There's really not much actually. I mean,
like, how do people act towards you? And you've been transitioning. You transitioning too. Like, how do people act towards you? Like, have you been through homophobia? Like, what are some of your everyday struggles? Just being you. Like, what is your everyday struggles?
for a while I was really uncomfortable with my appearance. That
As a boy, or
Yeah.
just
as looking like a dude. There was a period when I would literally like tweeze out every single hair on my face, like
Isn't that a mood, isn't it?
constantly.
That's a trans mood, that right there.
Yeah. I think one of the only times anybody was ever like really hostile toward me was this was I was wearing a skirt at school for like the first time. This was like at the end of my senior year.
Okay.
I mean, it's not part of the it would have had to be a khaki one to go as part of the uniform, and I didn't own one. This was like the one day a year when you didn't have to go in uniform. I was at Dunkin' Donuts afterwards. I was like at the counter. I was like, they were just giving me my order, and I hear this whoop from below me. Some dude fucking got down on the ground and looked up my skirt. And
I
did
really
that.
hope you kicked him to death.
And yeah, so I take karate, so I could really fuck someone up if I really wanted to.
Okay.
But I didn't react fast enough, and so this dude gets up and scurries back to his big group of friends.
Wow.
As his backup.
So
and I
did-
just like get my donuts. I'm just like, I look at him and I just walk out.
So do you feel uncomfortable? Do you feel uncomfortable around certain people, or do you just ignore it?
I mean, if there's something I can do about it, I generally don't ignore it. It takes a lot to get me angry.
Okay, so where are you at in your point of transitioning? Like, so are you trying to? So do you want to get a vagina?
That's
And you-
something I'm not
and you
sure
said-
about yet, and there's a lot there to talk about.
So
I-
just give us something brief about it. Like, do you want a vagina, or are you unsure about that part?
Yeah, I don't know.
But where are you at transition wise?
14 months on estrogen.
Oh, you've been on estrogen for 14 months?
Yep. Haven't got my name or like legal paperwork changed yet. I need to work on that.
Oh, so you got to get your paperwork done to what kind of paperwork? It's gonna be paperwork saying that you're a transgender. Transgender.
Well, no, just to say that I'm a girl, like.
Okay, so it's gonna legally say that you're a girl.
Yep.
And so how long? So you'll be on estrogen for the rest of your life, or is it just a period?
That depends.
So you starting to grow breasts?
Mhm. B cups now.
B cups.
Yeah,
okay.
That's really nice. Yeah. So I actually know some people who stop hormones after a while, and find that like they're comfortable without them.
Uh-huh.
I don't know.
You don't know if you're going to stop, or you don't know where you're at this point.
Yeah. It's kind of early on. I mean, they don't even reach
So
their
you
like
still
full effects
deciding.
for 3
And what
to
did
5
you mean
years.
by like now you're like a lesbian? So like you still like women?
Yeah.
Is that kind of like what Caitlyn Jenner going through?
No,
No.
absolutely not.
He
Please
was
do
saying-
not compare
I'm
anybody
not. I'm
to Caitlyn
not.
Jenner. Don't.
But he was saying that he still like women, and I was
She.
confused. She was saying that.
I'm literally about to get out of this car if you get pronouns or cheese name wrong again, okay?
Okay. When I'm around him, we use his real name.
That's not his real name. She is their real name. Henry is their legal name.
Oh, okay. Well, legal name. So
Those
that's
are-
what we use
that-
when I'm around him. So that's why I call him Henry. But Chi. Okay.
I always liked women.
Yeah.
So, but what were you saying about the whole lesbian thing?
So that's a fairly. So that's a little complicated. Okay, so basically, I realized when I was 15 that I liked dicks, and at the time, I thought I wasn't super aware of like trans stuff,
Right.
and I thought that meant I liked men,
Uh huh.
and then more recently, after getting around a bit, I realized that's not the case. I don't really like men. And then it occurred to me, oh, you don't have to to like
Right.
men to like
Uh-huh.
dicks.
Oh my god. So, but you still like Henry though, right?
That's complicated.
Yeah.
We're still like in a relationship of sorts.
Right.
So the first person I ever dated, it's funny, he's a trans guy.
Mhm.
He didn't come out as a dude until 6 months after we started going. The nature of my relationship with him kind of like slowly shifted before I ever thought this. Like before I ever realized I wasn't into guys.
Wow.
So like by the time I realized this like a month or two ago, it didn't make a difference anymore.
Wow.
We were still going-ish. It's not like a romantic relationship anymore. It hasn't been for a while.
But you and Henry are still romantic.
Gee.
Chi. But you and Chi are still romantic.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, in some.
Kind of.
I'm like most of the I'm most of the romantic shit. I think
It's complicated.
it's very complicated.
And so how long are you guys going to? Because you said you like women. So like, it's just something that you taking day by day.
Sometimes I'm a girl. It
Sometimes
happens.
you're a girl.
Yeah, she's not like strictly a dude.
Yeah. Like I said, my gender is like totally up in the air.
Right. So all right, let's talk about this. Why do you guys feel like? Why do you guys feel like guys that aren't gay, straight men, or people in general, why do you feel like they are homophobic, or why do you feel like they view gay as being so bad, or LGBT?
I think the
Period.
patriarchy.
What about you, Lily?
That's kind of complicated. I have a lot of thoughts on that. I'm not sure where to start.
Why people feel homophobic, or why people view gay as so bad? Give us at least 2 thoughts, Lily.
People hate people who are different, basically.
People hate people who are different, and people
Right.
are uncomfortable with people who are different than them. Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Lily, give us something else.
I don't know. I don't think a whole lot about that.
So do you guys? So where do you guys? So do you guys plan on being together forever?
No.
Is that no, not forever?
No.
How come?
I mean, like, it's not that there's like a specific point where I think we're gonna fall apart,
Right.
but like,
Because just because you guys are young,
It's a fool's ideal to believe that love always lasts forever.
it's a fool idea to believe that love will last
well,
forever.
I mean, I guess the
What, Mal? I have Mal in the front seat. What's the matter? Talk.
I'm together with my wife for 19 years.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Mal, don't talk because
Alright,
you know how that goes.
Alright, okay.
Anyway, it's a fool's idea to believe that love will last forever. That ain't my idea, but Henry said it.
But
She
Alright.
said it, but
Alright.
she said it.
Alright, I respect that.
But personally, I believe that like a good
So it's
a good
no
key
set
to a
date.
great
But you guys are together now.
let me put it this way: we started out kind of as a romantic couple, and it's been like 3.5 years
Yeah.
since then, and a lot has changed, including, you know, my gender presentation and shit.
Right.
Basically we're still a couple of some kind because we just kind of talk about stuff and
Yeah.
work it out, and that's a habit I formed a while ago, and it's worked out basically every time so far.
Communication is the best part. Is the best
Okay.
portion of a relationship because it keeps everything together.
So like things are different now, but like we're still kind of together, and I think we have talked about this. It's kind of been established that like not really in it for life. Like,
Y'all not in it for life.
no.
So Monday. So
I
don't know when, but you don't know.
I just don't think that, like, especially like, I don't know, even just like as a living together thing, that would really work out too well.
But why? I thought y'all love each other though, right?
We do. It's just
Yeah, that doesn't. Okay, so like.
that doesn't preclude that we actually like
Right.
have the ability to like live together without problems.
You can
Right.
you can love someone and like,
But you deal with the problems when you love someone.
yeah, and sometimes that means not living in the same room as them.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, so let me put it this way: me and my first boyfriend, I don't think there's a single person in the world who understands me as well as he does.
Right.
And if we lived together, we would exhaust each other within a month. Just like, it would take a lot of energy. Not because of any like contentiousness or anything. Just like, that's kind of the nature of our interactions.
Right. Okay.
Things would have to change drastically, or we'd have to just not live together or something.
Okay. So, all right. So both of you guys, personally, do you guys want kids? Do you want kids, Henry?
If I ever get kids, I don't even have to adopt them. So.
You can have your own kids.
Yeah.
We can have our own kids.
Eh.
What about you?
So
This is genetic. I don't want to risk that.
I was gonna.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute. Henry, talk about. You didn't say that. Chi didn't say that it's genetic. His skin condition is actually genetic.
Yeah.
And who else has it in your family?
My brother and my mom. So like.
But your sister doesn't have it.
No, she doesn't. Neither does my other brother. So like, I could potentially pass this down if I ever have like a biological kid, and I don't want to risk them going through the childhood I did. So like, I'm just gonna like.
But you're a great person.
Adopt. I know that's a problem. I'm just gonna like adopt and like raise them raise them. You know.
You can raise a non-genetic child to be a great
Right?
person.
Yeah.
That's not how it
but
works.
I just don't want him not to feel like he can't have his own kids because of that. I don't want him to stop. You know, if that's something he want to do. But what about you? Do you want kids?
Probably going to adopt at some point.
Not your own.
Yeah, so I'm sterile now.
Why?
I've been on estrogen for 14 months. I've been on a testosterone blocker for 14 months.
So you don't have sperm anymore?
I haven't actually gotten that measured, but
So
odds
estrogen,
on, no.
it kills your sperm.
It makes your junk not produce sperm anymore. It is possible that if I were to go off of it for 6 months or so, it would start again. But that's not a pleasant prospect, and I don't know if that would be worth it. I didn't like get sperm frozen or anything. That's the thing some people could do. But
Okay, so in closing out, Henry, what is your meaning of God?
What's my meaning of God? Let's see. Personally, I think there's like a whole bunch of ways you could become God.
Not shit. Who is God in your life? Do y'all believe in God? Who is God in your life?
We both believe in like. Well, I constantly praise Xochipilli, don't I? But like that's not my main god right there.
I
So.
don't think you've ever mentioned that name before.
Xochipilli is like the god of flowers in like Aztec culture.
What about you, Lily?
I'm a pagan.
What's that?
It means I worship multiple gods.
Same.
But you don't believe in just one God.
No.
Gods are gods, but I'm the god of
So
your
y'all don't
beat.
go to church? Y'all don't go to church?
The
No.
only time I
No,
ever
it's
go to
right-
church is if I perform there. So like,
It's funny. I was raised going to a Unitarian Universalist church, so we're like atheists and Jewish
Yeah.
people and Christians and
I'm a Catholic.
agnostic people there. Like it was spiritual but not religious, if you know what I mean.
Okay. So, and Henry, you did mention that after a while, you said after decades, your skin condition will go away.
that's the thing about like my strain of the that's the thing about my family's strain of ichthyosis. Like after a while, like our skin just sort of starts to revert back to regular sort of skin. It's just that
Is
it
that
takes
what
like a huge amount of fucking time.
And you said that's what your mom's is starting to do now.
Yeah, she has like her arms are like halfway completely healed.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, Super Solars.